Hey there, welcome back friends. Today we will talk about countdown latches. Now countdown latches is a yet another way using which we can manage threads in a more efficient manner. Now in here, if we check, in here we have this class by the name of SomeThread which extends the thread class, and we also have the main method which is the usual thing. Now in here we can definitely make use of the runnable interface as well, but we will make use of thread class for this example. Now in here, first of all, inside this class, we will first of all make use of a countdown latch. So we will type in private countdown latch. The name of the property would be like latch. Alright, so this looks good to me. Then moving forward, we will create a constructor. So I will navigate to source and create a constructor using fields. So this is cool. And then finally, we will also do one more thing. In here, we will simply override the run method. Here is the run method. And inside the run method, we will simply print a very simple message. So we will type in sysout thread running with thread name. And then we will try to print the name of the thread. So it would be pretty simple. In here, we will type in thread dot current thread dot get name. So the name which is provided by system would be printed in here. So thread running with thread name. And then once we print this message, we will simply print a yet another message, thread execution completed, to be very specific. And then we will add on a yet another message. And this won't be a message, rather this would be a separator. So very usual stuff, right? So this looks good to me. And as if now we are not working with this latch, we will talk about this latch in couple of minutes. Now inside this main method, let me type in countdown latch equals new countdown latch. And what is the usage of this parameter is something which we will discuss. So in here we have created this object of countdown latch type, and take a note of it that inside this class SomeThread we have a property, but this property is a reference and not initialized. So take a note of it. Alright, so in here we have this object of countdown latch type. Let's proceed further. So in here we will type in SomeThread thread1 equals new SomeThread, and the latch would be latch. Let me copy this line of code and paste it couple of times. To be specific, we will paste it for 4 times. Alright, and once all of these objects of SomeThread is created, let's do one more thing. We will type in thread1 dot start. Again, we will copy this line of code and paste it couple of times. So it would be like thread 2, thread 3, and thread 4. And finally, after all of these stuff are done, we will simply type in I am in main thread. And if we would like to confirm this, we can also do this. I can type in like thread dot current thread dot get name. So using this, we will be able to confirm that where we are in. Alright, so let me execute this program, and in here if we see, there is some kind of inconsistencies. For example, if I execute it couple of times, the inconsistency increased little bit more. First of all, the first statement is I am in main thread. Now this applies that in here this particular statement is from main thread, and the main thread is not waiting for other threads to complete. So that's one thing. Moreover, if we execute the program couple of times, then we can certainly see that there is some kind of interference in between as well. So there are two things. If we check the definition of latch, latch is a mechanism or a device which helps us to fix the position of a door or a gate, right? So that's a latch. If we read out the definition, it would be a metal bar with a catch and lever used for fasten the door or gate. If I show you the images of a latch, there are a couple of images in here. Let me show you one of the image. The best image I can think of is here. So this is a latch where this helps us to lock or to fix the door to a specific position, which is cool. Now friends, latch in real world and latch in programming world is nothing but the same. This countdown latch is nothing but a locking mechanism which we can apply on some other threads as well. So you can make use of this locking mechanism based on your requirement. In here, in order to demonstrate, I will apply this locking mechanism on our main thread itself. So I will type in latch.awaits. Now what is this await method will do? This await method will force the main thread to wait until the lock is released. Pretty simple. Now this await method also throws an exception. So let me handle this exception. Now let me execute this program. When we execute this program in here, we are now not able to see the statement I am in main thread. So that's a catch. Definitely there is some kind of interference in between these 4 threads with thread ID 0, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so there is some kind of interference and we don't have any issue in it because threads are something which will execute simultaneously and there could be some kind of interference. But the catch in here is that our program is not terminated automatically. Moreover, we are not able to see the output I am in main thread. So our program is still running in the background and we are not able to see the output I am in main thread. This means that the main thread is continuously waiting. Now how to release the latch is something which we will see. Now friends, here comes the concept of counter. Now when we have created the object of countdown latch type, we have initialized and given the value as 4. Now this 4 means that there are 4 folds in your lock, right? So in order to release the lock, we need to unfold the latch 4 times. So understand this. There are 4 folds. In order to release the lock, we need to unlock this for 4 times. Then only the lock would be released and then only this await methods will release the lock. And as soon as this await method will release the lock, our main thread will execute this statement and our program will terminate normally and it will be a good scenario. So how we can unlock these latches is something we will see. Till now we haven't made use of this reference in our SomeThread class, but now we will do that. So inside this run method, after this separator, what we will do is we will type in latch dot countdown. Now this countdown is nothing but this will count down and unfold the latch for 1 time. Now as soon as I execute this program, we would be able to see that I am in main thread got executed successfully and our program got terminated properly. Now the reason why we were able to execute this program perfectly because the number of threads are 4 and the number of time this particular method would be called is 4. The number of folds is 4 again. So definitely we are able to release the latch. Now for example, the counter variable is 3, the folds are 3 and then we are trying to execute this program again. This will work properly because if we are trying to unlock the folds more than 3 times, there is no issue. But for example, if the number of folds are 5 and we are calling this method for 4 times, then definitely we are falling short and we won't be able to release the lock. Let me show you. Here we go. So the application has not been terminated and we are not able to terminate the program or execute this particular statement. So that's one thing. Let me terminate the program. So this is it. Alright, so pretty cool and standard stuff. Now friends, let me execute this couple of times. There could be some interference in between the threads and that's perfectly okay because our threads are executing simultaneously and countdown latches doesn't affect on your interference. Rather, this will only apply a lock and the lock could be applied in certain threads and as soon as the lock is released, the specific thread will continue execution. Alright, so this is all for today's video. You can research more on countdown latches. This is a important topic to know. Thanks for watching